So first off, as you can see, the top 8 that went 5-0 is first off the LordKnightmon X, purple base, and Ancient Greymon. Then you have Fenry Luga, Omnimon Ace, Mirage Galaxy, LordKnightmon X, Valkyrimon, and Mirage Galaxy. Top 8 was pretty significantly diverse, to be honest with you. Yes, you have Mirage Galaxy Loop and LordKnightmon X being top dogs, but it's kind of cool to see that in 45 player event, 5 rounds of Swiss, best of 3, you still have this result. If we go back and check just freshly last week, I would say, what? If we go back to last week's event, kind of a little more diverse, but it kind of had a lot more unique decks, as we'll say. Lucimon and the none other than Millenniumon Purple Hybrid made the cut. So it has a lot of potential, and especially if you know what you're doing, you can do well in any events. This one had 30, but the last one had a lot more, which is kind of good to see. That it's growing in size means more data comes forwards. I know it's a capped, there's a cap at it, but 45 players is not bad at all. So let's take a look here. First off, the Mirage Galaxy shenanigans. So this is more stock list that you kind of just see from time to time. You know, the Galgamons, the Sarismon, Lycus Flare, all the good stuff that you kind of just come to know and love for the deck. You know, 1 Apollo, 2 Ancient Garurus, 3 Hexablow, 1 Mirage, you know, 1 Paladin mode Ace. And the ability to free evolve is what the name of the game is. Basically, what you try to do is set up your Lunamon in the inheritable stack when you go Hunkumon and spit it out, Digivolve up, then basically use your, you know, Coinsio to Digivolve it, and then you'll Digivolve into the next stage of your evolution on the top end, which is really good. And basically that free evolve does matter. And they are playing Shamanmon because being able to negate your opponent can't gain memory other than tamer effects is huge. This slows down any shenanigans that certain decks like to do. Then we do have the Valkyrimon deck taking up a top as well. If you guys don't know what Valkyrimon Ace kind of does, it focuses on with the Jogress with Sylphimon, but with Valkyrimon Ace being able to neg the board, it's always a good thing. I mean, you also do have Magna X antibody doing its shenanigans as well, but again, 5 rounds, only 1 loss, kind of a really good thing, right? Then you do have a LordKnightmon X. This one is the Ragna Lord build, so this one's very interesting. A lot of players don't know what this deck kind of does, but the goal is to be straight up go Sunemon, Gobbly, or Ignite, get those 2 in the first evolve, then go into Gatomon to Digivolve for the DNA, then you basically Digivolve into Lady Devi to go into Lady Devi X, with using like protoforms or X antibody to combo in. Then you go into LordKnightmon and then LordKnightmon X antibody. All these effects kind of just go off, and then once you're in that Lord X antibodies full stack, after you've done Alliance at least once, then you're gonna go into Shoutmon time. You're gonna slam down Shoutmon X58. Nothing too crazy about this. He's just going to come down for that 11 cost as long as you have 1 memory. Then you're going to Jogress into Ragna Lordmon. You're going to Blitz. Basically, for every 4 cards in its stack, you get to pop something and then trash the top card opponent's security stack. He's just a win the game card. It just basically sets up as LordKnightmon X is just chipping away damage wise and just trying to get there for game. This Ragna Lordmon with Shoutmon X58 with Gatomon inheritable Jogress shenanigans just ends up winning the game that way. And that's just kind of how you do it, because again, LordKnightmon X, all it has to do is be straight honest with you. You just need to clear out secured, do an alliance twice with this deck, and then Ragna Lord just clears up the game. You know, that's kind of important. I mean, you could get 2 stacks live and then do double the power, but again, LordKnightmon getting double stacks sometimes is a little harder than people expect, so just keep this in mind. Then we did get another Galaxy playing Rangumon as the instead of Mirage, Ancient Garu. So this thing's just because of decode 5, you get to, if it gets popped, you get to play Hankumon again, where it's on play one of your blue Digimon from one of your blue Digi-Evolution cards without paying its cost. So basically, you know, decode allows you to rip it out, and then, you know, as long as you have another stack, you can get the Lunamon out, and then basically have Hankumon and Lunamon all set, ready to go. Then you have Rangumon also being able to do any crazy shenanigans. You may play a level 4 or lower blue Digimon card with this Digi-Evolutions without paying its cost. Once per turn, by returning one of your Digimon to the bottom of the deck, return one of your opponent's Digimon as high or low as this, a level as this, to the bottom of the deck. So basically, if you can get a level 6 to go to the bottom, all of a sudden you're removing any level 6 in the game, which is pretty solid. Rangumon does its shenanigans. Hexablow's Hexablow. You have the Full Metal Blaze, just doing Full Metal Blaze shenanigans. Just taking this into account. Then you do have the Omnimon deck. This deck does not like to disappear, but what's surprising is just Ancient Garu in the list. I get the Lobo Ancient tech, so they're not even focusing on the Greymon aspect. They're just focusing straight up on the Gabus. That's not a bad strat, especially when you have Ancient Garu and stuff like that. I mean, it can work. Lobomon, swing in a couple damages, and then set yourself up with the Metal Garurumon War Greymon shenanigans, and then Jogger's into Omnimon Ace with its option, and now your opponent's just on the back foot. I like it. It's kind of spicy. It's actually a very unique list. Maybe we can see this and going forwards. Then we do have the famous Fenry Luga Takamazuchi list. You know the drill for this deck. It's Luga, Tyranno. It's the whole line. It does its shenanigans and just makes your opponent have a bad time. You know, if it can get to its pieces pretty quickly, you're winning most games. If you can't, you're losing most games. So just keep that in mind. Then you do have Ancient Greymon doing more of a hybrid shenanigans, which is nothing out of the ordinary for this. They are playing the Takuya and Koji. You know, this is just a powerful tamer in itself. Ancient Deities, 6 Ancient Greymons just to apply pressure that way. You know, having Shamanmon and Gutsumon being able to negate play by effects and memory gain, you're in a good spot. You're putting in, basically covering most of the board to match up against our good friend LordKnightmon X. Then you do have LordKnightmon X itself. So taking this into account, this is a more stock list you kind of see all the time. Having Levia X basically makes it so you can just deal with a lot of threats, and it just makes your opponent have a bad time. I think there's a lot of potential in the list, and it's going to evolve constantly. So we'll have to see where it goes from here, but definitely solid build, very good starting point, and maybe we'll see more tops of this list. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? I would love to hear about it. Do you guys think the event was very much fun if you guys actually played it? Because, I mean, hey, I might want to try to pop these in because they're worth at least some sort of data point to be talking about. But definitely evolving. Seeing Mirage Galaxy kind of showing up more and more just proves that Mirage Galaxy is just a very powerful deck in generalization. Knows what, it's a good confident pilot on it. It's going to make your opponent have a bad day. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.